What's up, y'all? Man, I hope y'all got an appetite, man. You know what I mean? We about to get it in, you know what I mean? Like, really get it in, though. Now, hey, man, I know some of y'all done had sucker for dinner before, you know what I mean? But we going to have a nice roast this evening, you know what I mean? Happy holidays to everybody. Happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, happy Merry Christmas, you know what I mean? Every holiday it is, you know what I mean? Happy holidays to everybody, whatever your belief is, you know what I mean? I know whatever your belief is, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing like a good roast for the holidays, you know. So we about to get it in, man. You know what I mean? Hey, you see I got my fork and I got my steak knife, right? But uh when you eating the faint and the pretender, right? The meat is kind of tender, like pre-tender, you know what I mean? The faint and the pre-tender, emphasis on tender. His meat is kind of tender. So if you don't have a steak knife, you can use a butter knife and it's gonna cut right through. You know what I mean? Especially if you slow cook it. You know what I mean? If you slow cook the faint and the pretender, the meat is gonna be real tender, and you can use a butter knife slice right on through that thing. But I got the steak knife because he might. I don't really think it's no toughness in him. I don't think he got no tough parts. You know what I mean? But it might be a part or two in there where it's a little bit tough. So I got the steak knife for that. You know what I mean? He might have some little stubborn parts in there, man. So Pimp got the steak knife, you know what I mean? We gonna eat good tonight, man. Welcome everybody, man. You mean we gonna say a prayer over this meal? Hey man, hold on, man. Hold on. Get your hands. Who is that? Adam Guy, man. Get your hands off the food, man. Trying to eat before who is that? Aunt McAfee, man. Bye Fuquan. Hey man, get y'all hands off the food, man. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all know we got to pray over this faint and the pretender before we eat this shit, man. Come on, man. Who else is that? In my own lane, man. Get your hands off the food, off the meat, man. What's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all know we gotta give thanks, man. You know we gotta pray over this meal, man. You know what I mean? Y'all come on, grab hands, man. We got to pray over this faint and this pretender, man. Hold on, man. Dear Lord, we gather before you humbly in your mighty name. You know what I mean? We thank you for bringing us together. We thank you for giving us enough of this sucker meat to go around and serve everybody, Most High. We appreciate you for blessing us with this meal. We appreciate you for giving us enough to satisfy everybody with this roast. We pray that this roast goes down and that it's nourishing to everybody's soul, Lord. You know what I mean? You know, we know laughter goes a long way in people's lives, man, and we thank you for the laughter. We thank you for the roast. We thank you for the faint and the pretender, giving us so much to feed on, Most High. And we give you all the glory, man. In your name, we pray. Thank you. Amen. Yeah, now we can eat. You know what I mean? Now we can eat this faint and this pretender, man. Hey, see, listen. I just want to give y'all an idea of who we talking about first. Before we get to really digging in, man, I want y'all to understand this individual because, you know, people like to pretend, right? People like to rewrite their history and change things around, rearrange things, all that old type of shit, right? Now listen, hold on. Hold on. I gotta show y'all something. Hold on. Oh. Because people like to, you know, when people get a certain type of position, when they megaphone get loud enough, man, you know, they like to go back in history and rearrange things and shit like that, right? But hold on, man. Hold on, man. I got to find this shit for y'all. Hold on, man. Okay, now, this is him, right?
Doing here. And he has a. It was 2007. I was just moving into a co-op at the University of California, Berkeley. There was only
This is
one
him, right?
black guy in the whole building.
Hold
Like
on.
a month in, I get a knock on my door.
Let me get my volume right so y'all can hear, man. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if the volume is good.
10 p.m. Open the door.
Okay, now listen. I want y'all to pay attention. First of all, look at this dude. Look at this guy. He a nice young man, ain't he? Can y'all see him? You know what I mean? Now, this is somebody who wants you to think that he was a gangster at one point in time. This is somebody who wants you to think that he's the pimping or the ism or whatever he want to call it right now. This is somebody who wants you to think that he's a successful businessman or that he has been. He's a technologist, an inventor, and all this old shit, right? But we just gonna focus on the pimping. He wants you to believe that he's the pimping, right? This is what he wants you to believe. But check out his introduction to the game, though. I want y'all to pay attention. Listen to this.
In Berkeley, there was only one other black guy in the whole building. Maybe like a month in, I get a knock on my door at 10 p.m. Open the door. Guess who it is? 6'4", gay black guy. I'm like, fuck is he doing here? And
okay, so you heard him, right? He said at 10 p.m. he gets a knock on the door from a 6'4" gay black guy. Why in the world is a 6'4" gay black guy at your door at 10 p.m.? Come on, man. What y'all like to say? Make it make sense, man. Come on.
He has a book in his hand. It's a silver book, pink title, and hands it to me. Says, you need to read this. Look at the book. It's called Pimp, Story of My Life by Iceberg Slim. I'm thinking, what is a graduate student, an academic, doing with a book called Pimp by someone named Iceberg Slim, which is even a real name? And of all things, it was a gay guy giving me a book called Pimp. Seems to add up.
He even said it. Things didn't add up. But this is his introduction to the game. This is how he becomes familiar with the ism, with the lifestyle, with pimping, right? This is how he becomes familiar with the game. At 10 p.m., a 6'4" gay black guy knocks on his door and hands him a book called Pimp. So, hey man, what's up with this, man? You got introduced to the game by a homosexual, man? What's happening, man? I mean, hey, shout out to the, LGBTQ mic check 1212 community, man. It's all love, right? But hey man, pimps don't get introduced to the game like that, man. If you got this ism in you, man, we don't get introduced to the game by homosexuals, man. That ain't how this shit go, man. This ain't how it go, man. Hold on. It's more. It gets funnier.
Then he told me, he said, as a black man, there's a lot of maneuvering you're going to have to do in life. And this book, more than any book, has taught me how to maneuver. So I just finished it. I want you to check it out. All right. I read the book, and I can say of the many books I've read, it's been one of the most powerful. So I want to share it here with you, because I know folks are not really reading nowadays like they should. So I'm going to summarize the relevant points in 10 minutes. And obviously, I know you're not trying to be a pimp, but this also applies to the square world. So I'm going to break down these lessons, excuse the language. First one to start, it reads, quote, a pimp has to have his game tighter on his body.
Hold on, man. Like, do y'all even hear how generic this boy sound when he say pimp? Hey, man, I done seen guys from Silicon Valley, man. I done seen guys from Irvine, California, man, that sound more pimpish than this dude, man. Like, come on, man. Like, he said it. It ain't adding up, man. This was his words. Y'all heard him say it don't add up. It's not adding up. Y'all heard this boy say that shit, man. Don't take my word for it. He said it don't add up. But the way he say pimp, man, it's so generic. You know what I mean? Like, he need to get his Steph Curry on. That's how Steph Curry got that jump shot so cold, man. He take 1,000 shots a day. He need to practice saying pimp 1,000 times a day, man. First, he need to listen to me say that shit, see how I say it, you know what I mean? And then it still ain't gonna add up. I don't even know why I'm trying to give this boy advice. He said it. It ain't gonna add up. I want y'all to listen again to how he sound when he say the word pimp.
Language. First one to start, It reads, quote, a pimp has to have his game tighter on his bottom bitch than on any other bitch in the stable, end quote. What does he mean by that? First, let's break down the words. Pimp, we know what a pimp is. Bitch, by bitch, he means hoe, prostitute. These are synonyms. Stable, that means hoe collection, your collection of hoes. So when he says that a pimp must have his game tighter on his bottom bitch than on any other bitch, he's saying you must have your knowledge of and your strategy the best on this bottom bitch. You must know her very well. What she likes, what she doesn't like, how she feels, what she's thinking, what her goals are, what she's angry about. Because your bottom bitch is the first bitch that came into your stable. Your relationship with her has gone on longer and is stronger than with any other bitch in the stable. Often she's your greatest earner. And if not, she's the one who brought the other bitches into your stable. And being that they share the same job title of bitch or hoe prostitute, then they have an easier time relating to one another than relating to you. So your number 2, 3, 4 hoe might have a problem or be angry, and she's more likely to go to the bottom bitch than she is to go to you as the leader, as the boss. So you have to strategically have that strong rapport with your bottom bitch.
Man, shut the fuck up with this bullshit, man. I couldn't keep on listening to that shit. But the bottom line is, man, you got introduced to the game by, as my mother so affectionately calls them guys, a sweetie pie. You know what I mean? Shout out to moms. You know what I mean? My mama called them sweetie pies, man. So we just gonna call them guys sweetie pies. But he got introduced to the game by a sweetie pie, a 6'4" black sweetie pie at 10 p.m. Now, like seriously, man. And then he went to Berkeley. That's in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? A lot of people from Oakland. Berkeley is right next to Oakland. You know what I mean? So a lot of Bay Area characters around there, man. So, hey, listen, man, you're not going to nobody's door at 10 p.m. unless you're familiar with that person, man. Like, this was your partner. You and that 6'4" gay black dude, man. I think that was your partner, man. I think that ain't his first time coming to your door at 10 p.m. You know what I mean? This is somebody who knows you. This is somebody who called you Marquette. He probably called you Marky. He probably called you Marky Mark. You know what I mean? Hey, Marky Mark. You know what I mean? He came and knocked on the door and said, hey, Marky Mark. That's your partner, man. Don't try to make it like this a 6'4" stranger coming to your door, a 6'4" gay stranger coming to your door at 10 p.m., man. If you would have said 2 p.m., we might have let you slide. We might have let you slide if you said 2 p.m. But you said 10 p.m. And then this is a college dorm. In college, at 10 p.m., man, you know, most people asleep because they got to get up, go to school in the morning, man. But you up late at night, man, you know what I mean, with strange things on your mind, you know what I mean, and strange things probably in your behind at the same time, you know what I mean. That's why you up at 10 p.m., you know. But this ain't no stranger in your house. You know what I mean? Your name ain't Tamia, and this ain't no stranger in your house. And it didn't take a while to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, this is somebody that you're familiar with. This is one of your, as Eddie Kendrick say, man, this is one of your intimate friends, man. Yeah, that was one of your intimate friends that came knocking at your door at 10 p.m. But you want us to believe that you the pimpin' and that you the ism or whatever you call yourself, man. And this is your introduction to the game? Come on, man. Hey, I done heard some funny, strange things. I've been in the game for a long time. I've been around, man. And I done rubbed elbows with all kind of characters, good, bad, ugly, real, fake, game, lame, all that, right? Hey, man, I ain't never heard of no pimp getting introduced to the game at 10 p.m. by a 6'4" black gay man. Nah, man. Not no partners of mine. Not even cats that ain't even my partners. Just the pimping period. You know what I mean? That ain't how this game go, man. The game don't go like that, man. You know? So I wanted to show y'all that so that before we go in, you have in mind what kind of individual we talking about. You know what I mean? Like, dude looked like Carlton Banks on this video. This is Carlton Banks. Come on, man. You want us to believe that you grew up around Bloods and shit like that and you was going on missions? You want us to believe that you was going on missions with Bloods and this is what you look like? Come on, man. We ain't going for that. You know what I mean? We not going for that. See, people get to a certain position in life and they get a certain type of power and a certain type of notoriety, attention, what have you, and they don't know how to handle it. People lose themselves. This is common. This is what I want y'all to pay attention to, man. This is a big lesson for y'all to learn, man. People lose themselves when they get in these type of positions, right? You could tell that this dude ain't never been fly. You can tell that he ain't never, been popular like that. You know what I mean? You could tell that he been a nerd his whole life. You could tell that he ain't no ladies man like he tried to portray himself to be. Man took a crash course on YouTube and became a ladies man. Took a crash course on YouTube and became the ism. But nah, man. See, you can fool a fool, but you can't fool this pimping though. Like somebody who's really authentic, you can't fool the authentic because we done really lived it. So you can't fool us, man. And then at the same time, then he calling himself a pimp and the ism and all that, he downs the game. He talked down on the pimping at the same time that he claimed the pimping. This is crazy. You know what I mean? Like this dude is all over the place, man. He's a confused guy. And see, this is what I want y'all to pay attention to. I'll give him that. He's articulate. And not only is he articulate, but he's been blessed with the gift of communication. See, what he can't do, if you pay attention, when he talk about sinful, he has nothing but bad shit to say about sinful, right? This will let you know he really a fan. Like that boy a fan of sinful, man. And I don't remember where they are, what videos they are, and what points in the videos they are. But there's been times prior to him getting into it with sinful where he was praising sinful. Excuse me. There's been times where he done gave praise and worship service for sinful, as sinful like to say. So but he now, so the fact that he's giving sinful praise and props in times past let you know that he's really a fan of sinful. He really learned a lot from sinful. He didn't learn enough from sinful. He didn't learn as much as he thinks he learned from sinful. But he done learn from sinful. Probably done learn from me. I'm sure he done learn from Andre Taylor, Gorgeous Dre, you know what I mean, and other guys in the game. He probably listened to a lot of Silky Slim. He probably listened to a lot of Rollo the Pimp, the Sugar Free, all that old type of shit, and Too Short. And now he think he the pimping. But my point is, there was a point in time where he was giving sinful props and he was praising sinful. But now that he has problems with sinful, he does nothing but bash sinful and talk down on sinful and lie. And we're going to get to the lies in just a minute. But he lies, like tells drastic lies on sinful. Right? And that's what lets you know he's a fan. He's a hurt fan. You know what I mean? I don't know what sinful did. I don't know all they encounters and dealings with each other on the internet. But somewhere along the line, sinful hurt little Marky Mark. You know what I mean? And I don't know what sinful did to hurt him, but somehow, some way, sinful hurt little Marky Mark. Little Marky Mark in his chest about sinful. He in his feelings, man. You know what I mean? His hero looked unfavorably upon him, and now he got a problem with his hero, but that's still his hero, though. You know what I mean? Don't let the down talking and all that fool you. Sinful the P is still little Marky Mark's hero. The Faint and the Pretender, yeah, his hero is still Sinful the P. He still got sinful right here. Don't he poking his chest out, trying to act tough and all that. Don't go for none of that. He speak well. He's articulate. You know what I mean? He's eloquent with his words and shit. Hey, don't be fooled by that. He still got sinful right here, buddy. Please believe it. He got sinful right here. But my point is, like I was saying, at this point in time, he has nothing but bad shit to say about sinful. So, you know, sinful is my right hand. That's my bro. So whoever is against sinful is against me. But however, even though I don't really care for this dude, I can still, you know, speak about certain qualities that he has that are good. Like I said, he's articulate. You know what I mean? He has the gift of communication. He communicates himself well. Not only does he have a decent vocab, his vocab ain't the best. You know what I mean? It don't compare to somebody like myself or a sinful, but he has an above average vocab. I'll say that. You know what I mean? He has an above average intellect. I'll say that. He communicates himself well. I can say that. But don't be fooled by that is what I'm saying. Don't allow that to think that he's good at everything. See, a lot of times when you hear somebody speak and they're good at speaking, you think they're good at everything they say they're good at. Like me, I'm good at speaking. A lot of you motherfuckers, if I told y'all like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? Yesterday, man, I took an airplane apart, man, and put that motherfucker back together with my bare hands in 20 minutes, man. It was a little difficult, man. First try, you know what I mean? I didn't get it, but you know, 20 minutes, man. Took a whole airplane apart, bare hands, didn't use no tools or nothing, man, and put that motherfucker back together myself. That's how cold my pimping is. Some of y'all will really believe this shit. I don't even have to prove it to you. Some of y'all ain't even gonna say, damn, Freeze, can we see? I know you made a video of you taking this plane apart and putting it back together. Y'all ain't even gonna say that because I talk so well. Not all of y'all, but I guarantee you, out of 300 something people in here, somebody gonna leave this motherfucking video and be like, damn, man, Freeze a cold motherfucker. That motherfucker took an airplane apart, put it back together with his bare hands, no tools in 20 minutes. Don't believe everything a motherfucker say just because they good at speaking. Just because they're eloquent with their words and they have an extensive vocabulary and say words that you don't understand or never heard of before. Don't be fooled by that. And what I'm telling you is, this No Jumper interview that he that posted yesterday of this boy, the Faint and the Pretender, you know, he communicated himself well. He's articulate and eloquent when he speaks. But he told so many lies in that video. You know what I mean? Of course, it was brought to my attention because he mentioned Sinful in the video. And by me being so close to Sinful, people send me the video. So, of course, I'm going to see it. So, you know, I didn't want to speak incorrectly. I didn't want to speak on partial facts or anything like that. So I watched the entire video. The video like an hour and 50 something minutes, almost 2 hours, right? As excruciating as it was, I watched the whole video. You know what I mean? And this boy told so many lies, it's ridiculous, right? I want to play some of the video, but you know, I'm inclined to believe that it's a possibility that, you know, this video could get struck down if I play any of that interview in it, right? I know they got the fair use shit and all that, but honestly, I don't know all the details of how the fair use thing work, you know, so I ain't even gonna play it, right? But the first big lie that he told in the interview on No Jumper with the boy Flacco, you know what I mean? He said that Sinful got a 13-year-old pregnant when he was in his late 20s. And then he says that he looked up the cases, or he looked up the case and made it seem like he studied this case, right? So when somebody who doesn't know any better and hasn't looked into the details themselves listens to this boy speak so eloquently, they gonna think like, damn, he know what he talking about. Damn, Sinful got a 13-year-old pregnant when he was in his late 20s? Damn. When that's a lie. You know what I mean? Okay, first of all, see, I was there. When that whole situation took place, Freeze was there in real time. I'm the only person you're going to see on the internet besides Sinful himself speak on this situation who was actually there in real time. Like I actually seen the girl with my own eyes. Like I was within arm's reach of the girl. Right? The girl in question. I was there when the whole shit took place, right? So I'm the closest person to the situation that you're going to see on the internet besides Sinful. So I can tell you the truth, not speculation, not manipulated documents or manipulated videos or, you know, taking people's words and twisting the shit around. No, I actually was there, so I know what really took place, right? And this is the truth. You keep hearing weirdos say 13 years old, 13 years old, 13 years old. When in actuality, okay, this whole situation took place in April of 2008. Okay? April 2008 is when this took place. The girl in question and Sinful come together April of 2008. Okay. This girl was born July 25th, 1993. I know some of y'all are slow, so I'm going to do the math for you, okay? If somebody is born July 25th, 1993, then that means in April of 2008, that individual would be 14 years old. They would turn 15 years old in July of 2008. Keep up with me. So the whole 13 situation that they keep talking about, it's not that big of a difference, but it is a difference. And apparently it's that big of a difference in their minds because most of these people who say 13 know that the age is really 14, but they know that 13 sounds worse than 14, so they purposely lie and say 13 when it was really 14. If this person is really as despicable as you claim them to be, meaning Sinful, if Sinful is this despicable person that you think that you say that he is, why do you have to lie about the facts? People lie to make him look worse than what he actually is. He's not as bad as they try to make him seem. If he was, you wouldn't have to lie about anything. If somebody is despicable, you don't have to lie about how despicable they are. All you got to do is lay out the facts, and then people can decide for themselves whether or not somebody is despicable. But people try to rearrange the facts to their liking so that, nah, you know what I mean, 14 ain't good enough. I'm going to say she 13. This is what people do. But like I said, July 25th, 1993 is when this girl was born. So April 2008, she's 14 at that time when the case takes place, right? So that means if she gets pregnant in April of 2008, that means she wouldn't have a baby until she's 15, until after her 15th birthday. Because let's say she gets pregnant in April 2008. July 2008, she turns 15. That's 3 months. So that means she would only be 3 months pregnant. So that means that she would have had the baby at 15. These are facts. And any of you so inclined to go and research the shit and look it up can do that. If you don't want to take my word for it, if you don't want to take the faint and the pretender's word for it, if you don't want to take anybody else who be telling lies on Sinful's word for it, you go look the shit up yourself. Y'all know Sinful's name. If you go to so many videos, he said his DOC number 1,000,000 times. You can go look the shit up yourself. Took place in Las Vegas, Nevada, 2008. So that was one lie that he told, was that the girl was 13. Another lie that he told was that Sinful was in his late 20s when the situation takes place. Okay, late 20s. For somebody to be in their late 20s, I'm not the smartest motherfucker in the world, but to my understanding, late 20s starts at 27. 27, 28, 29. So for somebody to be in their late 20s, you would be at least 27 years old. So he's saying that Sinful was in his late 20s when this situation takes place. This is what he said on the No Jumper interview. In the same breath that he says the girl was 13, which I just cleared that up for you. Okay, let's do some more math. He's claiming that Sinful was in his late 20s when this takes place. Okay, Sinful was born April 30th, 1984. April 30th, 1984. That means in April, he would have turned 24 years old. But this situation took place earlier in April than his birthday, because his birthday is the last day of April, April 30th. So this means he was 23 years old at the time this situation took place. Again, 23, 27, it's not a big old difference. But if this person is as despicable as you trying to make him seem, why do you have to lie? The feint and the pretender, he knows that Sinful wasn't in his late 20s when the situation take place. But he knows that if he says late 20s, 13, late 20s, 13, late 20s, that looks worse than 23, 14, 23, 14. 23 and 14 is still bad, but late 20s and 13 sound worse. Late 20s and 13 sound worse than 14, 23, right? So that's what he do. You know what I mean? Just on No Jumper telling lies. And, you know, to a gamed up motherfucker like myself, I could tell when you lying. You know what I mean? See, I pay attention to details, right? And I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't get high on anything but this game. I don't get high on anything but life. You know what I mean? So I don't have any mind-altering substances in my body, ever. So when I listen to what people say, and then my memory is off the chain. You know what I mean? Like, I retain information well. I pay close attention to what people say. I hold people at their word. And I don't manipulate what people say. I don't twist around what people say, right? So, just give you an example of how this boy lies, right? And you just know when a motherfucker ain't authentic. Even if it's a situation that you ain't never heard nothing about. Like when he was talking about his childhood. I don't know nothing about his childhood. I wasn't there. I don't know anybody that knew him when he was a kid. So I don't know nothing about his childhood. But I know when a motherfucker lying, though. He said that his grandmother was on crack. He said that his mother was on crack. So then he was raised by his grandmother, right? This is what he said out his mouth. So then he talked about some assessment tests that he took in high school, right? Follow me. Yeah, when I took the assessment test in high school, you know what I mean? After I passed the test, they told me I didn't have to go to high school no more. But my mom didn't understand. My mom is on me like, you got to go to school. My mom is on me. How's your mom on you if your mom is on crack and you raised by your grandmother? You got to pay attention when you talk. The boy don't even be having his lies together. So I don't even believe that his mom was on crack. But see, this is a nerd that's trying to make himself look hood. This is a nerd who done heard stories about motherfuckers that grow up in the ghetto. And he might have did grow up in the ghetto. You know what I mean? But again, He trying to make his story sound worse than what it is. And he's not good at that. That's what I want you to understand. He's good at articulating himself. He's good at communicating himself, but he's not good at lying. You know what I mean? I'm the pimping. See, you got to understand, in order to convince me of anything, you got to be a cold motherfucker, because lying is manipulating. You know what I mean? Manipulation and lying, they go hand in hand. And what he tried to do is manipulate the truth. That's a lie. I done had the police run manipulation games on me. I've had district attorneys run manipulation games on me. I've had judges run manipulation games on me. I've had hoes run manipulation games on me. I've sent hoes out the door that got tricks running manipulation games on them. And I got to guide the bitch through all these different types of manipulation. And then even as a kid, I got older kids trying to run manipulation games on me. I got girls as a kid trying to run manipulation games on me. So I'm the pimping, man. Like, I done dealt with manipulation on every type of level that you could deal with it on. So you're going to have to be a cold motherfucker to run manipulation on me successfully and convince me that what you saying is true when it's not. You know what I mean? The Most High just blessed me with such cold discernment, man. You know, I can look through muddy waters and spot dry land. I'm cold. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, man, but this is no doing of my own. I'm just blessed. I know when motherfucker lying, man. You know, and that boy just be lying. So like I said, to summarize those lies that he said about Sinful, right? He said that Sinful was dealing with a 13-year-old. In fact, she was 14. Why you would have to lie about something such a small difference? Ask him why he lying about such a small difference. Because tell him to prove that. He said he looked it up. He said he looked up Sinful's case and studied it, right? Tell him to show you where he found out that a girl was 13. Tell him to show you that. That's what I want you to do. I want you to tell him to show you where he saw that Sinful was dealing with a 13-year-old. He also said that Sinful was in his late 20s dealing with this 13-year-old. Again, he's saying that he looked the case up. I want you to ask him to show you where Sinful was in his late 20s. Because he, in fact, was 23 years old, which is your early 20s. But tell him, you know what I mean? Hold him to his word. This is what he said on a platform with 5 million subscribers damn near. That, you know, No Jumper scratching on 5 million subs. And that's another thing, you know what I mean? Speaking of that, this will let you know this boy is just destined for failure, right? We're going to get into all the different ways that he's destined for failure, man. This boy ain't, you know what I mean? He a charlatan, man. You know, he not what he trying to portray himself to be, man. I don't want y'all to go for the bullshit with this boy. Hold on. This is some shit. Now, this will let you know this boy, right when I'm talking about a motherfucker being destined for failure, he's live right now. He live at the same time as me. But look, I don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all probably can't see it. But he has 106,000 subs, right? I got 33,000 subs. So I have about a third, a little less than a third of the subs that he got. So for every one person subscribed to my channel, he got 3 people, right? How come I got more people watching my live than him? And he just was on No Jumper yesterday. I ain't never been on No Jumper. I ain't never been on no platform that got 5 million subs or damn near 5 million. The boy lame, man. He's not that interesting. He not that charismatic. You know what I mean? He don't have no magnetic personality. He ain't got no magnetism about himself, man. You know what I mean? He just not this pimping. He got 300 and, hold on.
That was a lie, and it bothered me a lot.
I ain't even gonna listen to him. We got the same amount of people. We both got 72 people watching right now. That's what lets you know this boy is a lame. He done had so many alley-oops tossed his way for him to take off. He just was on no jumper. Oh, that's what I was getting to. Hold on. Hey, listen, man. This interview was on no jumper yesterday. It's been up for over a day, and he only got 35,000 views. For no jumper, that's way below average. Let's look at some of no jumper's other videos. Okay. Now it's unfair to compare him to Almighty because Almighty hot as a motherfucker right now. Almighty suspect hot as fuck. But Almighty's interview went up after the Saint and the Sinner, and he got 281,000 views in a day. You know what I mean? Saint and the Sinner got 35,000 views. You know what I mean? You know, they got another video, 270,000 views, 130,000 views, 114,000 views. This is just average for no jumper. So 35,000 views, you on no jumper, man. And you just, you know, you just couldn't crack your whip like that. You couldn't pop it like that. You know what I mean? Because you on there pretending to be somebody that you're not. You pretending to be this tech guru that you're not. You pretending to be this ism that you're not. You pretending to be this ladies man that you're not. You pretending to be this gangster that you're not. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, man. You was a Berkeley grad. Why you ashamed to be a Berkeley grad, man? That ain't enough for you? That's not interesting enough of a life? You know what I mean? The fact that you're a Berkeley grad? Hey, I ain't no Berkeley grad. You know what I mean? It'd be beautiful if I was. Hey, man, I'd be wearing that badge of honor like a motherfucker, man. If I was a Berkeley grad, why you not proud of that, man? Why you not proud of the fact that you're a Berkeley grad? I know why you not proud of the fact that you're a Berkeley grad, because you ain't do nothing with that shit. You know what I mean? You didn't have enough game to do something with the fact that you're a Berkeley grad. You know what I mean? You know, you didn't have enough game to do nothing with that. So that's why you don't wear that proudly. Because how do you go from being a Berkeley grad, a supposed successful tech person, you try to make it like you done made millions in the tech world, millions doing business, starting business, and running business. You try to make it like you've made millions doing that, like you've been, you know, above average successful running businesses, right? But let's look at it. Okay, you a Berkeley grad. You started businesses. You were a school teacher, teaching elementary school kids. And you go from all of that to trying to pimp? Hey, man, if that ain't a failure, man, I don't know what is, man. I don't know what is. Like, you know, imagine Barack Obama, man. You know, he done did all these successful things in life. You know what I mean? He'd have been the president of the United States, and then Barack just say, you know what, man? I'm finna get pimping, man. I'm finna go start pimping, man. I'm finna go knock me some hoes, man. I'm finna go on the blade right now and sweat some hoes, man. Knock them hoes, man. You know? Yeah, Barack Obama the P, man. The pimp. Barack Obama the pimp. You know, I can't even, hey, I'm such a damn pimp. I can't even pretend to say the word pimp as corny as the Faint and the Pretender. I can't even, it's a damn shame that I got so much pimping in me that I can't even pretend to say pimp as generically as he said. Like, I can't I can't even do that shit, man. Like, he sounds so generic when he say the word pimp, man. That shit is crazy, man. You know, the boy just so lame, it just don't add up, man. So, like I said, man, the boy, he just lied on Sinful so drastically. And then, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. But he lied on Kevin Samuels so bad. You know what I mean? He lied on Fresh and Fit so bad. You know what I mean? Like, he just, the boy just got on there telling so many lies, man. So when it comes to Kevin Samuels, let's look at it. He says that he became aware of Kevin Samuels when a quote-unquote fan of his, a little homie or whatever he want to consider this person to be, came to him and said, you know, I get the best business advice from you and Kevin Samuels. He's saying that this is his introduction to Kevin Samuels, but we know that's a lie. This whole shit is made up. Like I said, this boy is just not good at lying, man. He terrible at lying. You know, he went to school and did all these studies and shit like that, man. He should have majored in lies. He should have majored in lying. If he was going to take off, you know what I mean? If he was going, because he said he studied political science and all this old shit. Hey, man, if you was going to study all that shit and not go off into that field and get it and start a career of lying, man, don't you think it would have been best if you would have majored in lying? You know, I don't know if they have a course on lies, but maybe they still do. Maybe you could go back to school and study lying, man. You know, because you terrible at it. Like, you probably good at other shit that I don't know about, that you haven't lied about. You're good at speaking, but you terrible with lying, though. So you try to make it seem like one of your followers introduced you to Kevin Samuels, which we know that's a lie. And then your assistant researched Kevin Samuels and came back that he wasn't a successful business person like he portrayed himself to be, which is a bunch of bullshit. We know you're not that important. You don't have no damn assistant. You probably do now, maybe. You know what I mean? You're a little more popular. But at the time when you became introduced to Kevin Samuels, so you say, that's another lie you told. You said that when you became aware of Kevin Samuels, that you were more famous than he was, and that you had more subscribers than him. When you've never, even when Kevin Samuels was small, you've never had more subscribers than Kevin Samuels. Never. See, you talking to somebody who collaborated with Kevin Samuels before he took off. You know what I mean? Through O'Shea Duke Jackson. You know what I mean? We all came together and we worked together through the manosphere. So I remember all of Kev's growth. I watched Kev. You know what I mean? I remember when he was smaller than what I am right now. And I remember when he started to take off and all that shit. And you know, more recently, I've noticed the Feint and the Pretender, and there's never been a point in time where his channel had more subscribers or even half the subscribers that Kevin Samuels had at any point in time. There's never been a point in time where the Feint and the Pretender had more subs or even close to the subs that Kevin Samuels had. Never. You know what I mean? Never. You know, but this boy he's just into lying. What is it, man? Why you be lying so much, Feint and Pretender? You ashamed of yourself or something, man? Like, for real though, man. Let's deal with this shit, man. You ashamed of yourself? You know, you got 6'4" gay black dudes coming to your door at 10 p.m., man. Is you ashamed of yourself, man? I mean, you a Berkeley grad, man. Why are you ashamed of yourself? Why you gotta lie? Because that's why people lie about their facts. See, me, I ain't gonna lie about nothing. Good, bad, ugly. It is what it is. Why you lie about yourself, though, man? You ashamed of the fact that you was a nerd growing up, so you try to paint this picture of being a gangster when you was a kid? That's how you know this boy is a liar and a lame. Listen, man, I'm in the streets, man. I'm a street dude for real. Not no gangster or none of that. But I'm in the streets, though. And I live a life in the streets. I'm not tough, not no gangster, not no killer, not none of that. Not no bitch neither. But I'm not no tough guy. So, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm secure in the fact that I'm not no tough guy and not no killer or none of that. You know what I mean? I'm not no bitch. I'm not going to bow down to nobody. I'm not going to punk out to nobody. But I'm not no tough guy. And I'm not ashamed of the fact that I'm not a tough guy, right? So you're not gonna hear me telling stories about gangster shit that I ain't never did, right? And when you hear me tell stories about my past, you ain't gonna hear me say shit like, I was committing crimes. You know, my friends and I, you know, I was never a gang member or anything like that. But my friends, oh yeah, they were gangsters. They were gang members. You dig? Hey man, but listen, man, when you talking about shit that you was doing in the streets, we don't, us motherfuckers, even if you ain't in the streets no more, it's just certain shit that's in you, man. We don't talk like that. I was committing crimes. My cronies and I, we were committing crimes. You know, I just felt so despicable because I was committing crimes with my cronies. Hey man, that motherfucker right there, he's so damn lame, it's a shame. It's a shame how lame that boy is. For real, homie, you was committing crimes? Damn, you was committing crimes? That's some gangster shit. Hey, y'all. Hey, Faint the Pretender, man, this boy was out there committing crimes. Yeah, this boy, hey, man, check him out, though, man. Hey, this dude right here was committing crimes, man. And when I say he was committing crimes, hey, man, committing crimes. This boy was committing crimes, man. Hey, we don't talk like that. You know what I mean? Motherfucker might say, yeah, you know, back in the day, I done did a little dirt. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you know, I ain't got my hands dirty. You know what I mean? Back in the day, I was dabbling in the streets. You know what I mean? I was doing a little this, a little that. You know what I mean? Back in the days, you know what I mean? Me and my partners, we was, you know, committing some capers and shit like that. But we don't say, I was committing crimes. That's a nerd that was watching movies about motherfuckers committing crimes. That's a nerd who was listening to songs about motherfuckers committing crimes. That ain't nobody who was really committing crimes. Motherfuckers who was really committing crimes, we don't talk like, I was committing crimes. You nerd ass nigga, you. Man, go sit your nerd ass down somewhere. You wasn't committing no crimes. You probably never even jaywalked in your childhood. You was one of them kids, you walk all the way to the corner, wait for the light to change, use the crosswalk, don't go outside of neither one of the lines on the crosswalk. You know what I mean? Step on the curb as properly as you can with your nerd ass. You never committed no crime. You wasn't no jaywalker. You ain't never even stole a piece of candy in your childhood, man. Stop it. Stop it. You know what I mean? See, I'm a motherfucker who ain't ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed of my past or none of that, right? Now, in my childhood, I committed a few crimes. But you ain't gonna never hear me say, I was committing crimes in my childhood. When I was in high school, me and my friends went on missions to commit crimes. You ain't gonna never hear me talk like that, man. Like, not never. You know what I mean? Like, I was a fairly decent kid growing up, and I'm not ashamed of that. I wasn't no gangbanger when I was a kid. I wasn't hanging out with gangbangers when I was a kid. I wasn't doing no gangster shit when I was a kid. Like, none of that. And I'm not ashamed of that. Did I live in the hood? Yeah. Was it gangbanging going on around me? Yeah. But I wasn't having no parts of none of that. And I'm not ashamed of that. You know what I mean? That's the truth. You ain't gonna hear me go back in history and try to remix my shit into something that it wasn't, man. I ain't gotta remix my past. I'm cool with how shit was, how shit turned out. You know what I mean? I'm not ashamed of the fact I don't look back on my childhood and be like, damn, man, when I was in high school, man, I should have committed more crimes. You know what? Now that I got this platform, man, I could make it look like I was committing crimes, even though I wasn't. But hey, my subscribers, they wasn't there when I was a kid. So if I tell them I was committing crimes, hey, they fuck with me. They gonna believe me, right? Hey, y'all. Hey, I fuck with y'all, right? Hey, man, listen, man. When I was a kid, I was committing crimes. Oh, nerd ass nigga. Carlton Banks. This Carlton Banks ass dude talking about he was committing crimes, man. We not going. We don't believe you, man. You wasn't committing no crimes. You ain't never jaywalked. You ain't never shoplifted. You ain't never even did a terrorist threat. You ain't never even threatened nobody in your life. Like, come on, man. You ain't never did none of that. Hold on, let me get my handkerchief right, man. Because this roast is good, man. I hope y'all enjoying this roast, man. It tastes real good. It's real tender, man. You know what I mean? This shit is real tender. Using my utensils one time on this boy. You dig? But yeah, man. Like I said, he lied on Kevin Samuels. He tried to say that when he did the video, because that's how he kind of started getting a little traction on YouTube. That's when I noticed him on YouTube, was when he made a video talking about Kevin Samuels. You know what I mean? He made a video. Let me see if I can find that shit. Hold on. Hold on. Man.
And Kevin Samuels.
This nerd ass nigga, man. Hey, it is funny, man, because y'all see this jacket, right? Now, you know, anybody that's from LA who done shopped in the garment district know. Now, I can't remember where, because, okay, this video is like, I don't want to watch the video, but the video 9 minutes and 21 seconds, right? But at some point in this video, from what I remember, he tried to make it seem like that jacket was custom and like it was imported, man. Hey, listen, man. I'm a pimp, man. And hey, guess what? I done bought cheap clothes from the garment district in LA before. I ain't got to lie about that. When I was young in the game and I didn't really know fabric like that, I didn't know quality like that, all of those type of shit. Hey, man, I done bought some cheap suits. You know what I mean? Hey, even after I became more aware of how to dress, guess what? It done been times where I might be in a pinch and I need something right now. I got to get a suit right now for this situation right now. And I ain't got time to go, you know, get some high quality shit and wait for it and all of those type of shit. So, hey, man, I done went and bought some right now shit and threw it on. You know what I mean? But this boy, he really tried to make it seem like that jacket was custom. And he said it was imported from somewhere in Europe or some shit. Hey, man, I know a $75 blazer from the garment district in the alley downtown LA when I see one, man. Hey, that blazer right now, man, I guarantee you, you go downtown LA right now, man, and get that motherfucker. You get that blazer for 75 bucks in the garment district in the alley right now. You know what I mean? That is not no imported nothing. Oh no, I'm trying to get it where y'all can see it. That's not no custom nothing, man. Not none of that. That's not custom, man. That's the alley, man. That's the alley. That ain't custom nothing. But again, like I said, the boy terrible at lying. He's not a good liar. But, okay, this video, he did this video talking about Kevin Samuels, right? August of 2020. Okay, this boy, he just got over 100,000 subs recently, right? So 2 years ago, I'm willing to bet he probably had, you know, probably somewhere around 20-something thousand subs or something, man. At that time, that's when Kev first started getting hot. And if I remember correctly, you know, Kev probably had like 60-something thousand subs at that time. He was probably in the 60s as far as thousands of subs, right? Kevin Samuels was. But again, why do you have to lie about something like that? Why would you lie about that? Yeah, when I first made the video on Kevin Samuels, I was more famous than he was. I had more subscribers than he did. No, you didn't. That's a lie. Why would you lie about that? Like, what is that to lie about? Why would you lie about that? That's crazy. That don't even make sense. I don't even see the benefit. Like, how does it benefit you to lie about that? You think that's going to get you more subs or something? Think that's going to make you cooler, man? If you tell people that you had more subs than Kev at some point in time, you think that's going to give you more credibility, man? That's going to make you cool, huh? You've been striving so long to be cool. And now you think you done figured it out, huh? Man, if I lie and tell people that I had more subs than Kevin Samuels when I first talked about him, hey, man, that's gonna boost my credibility. That's what you think, huh? With your goofy ass. You's a goofball for real, man. But like I said, that's another lie that he told on Kev, that when he made that video about Kev, he had more subs than Kev and he was more famous than Kev. That's a lie. He ain't never had more subs than Kev, ain't never been more famous than Kev. Even before Kev took off, he didn't have more subs than Kev. You talking to somebody who remember Kev before he took off. I remember. And no, you didn't. I remember when Kev revamped his whole shit. I remember when he revamped his whole channel. And that's when he's getting hot. Because before the viral video, the average at best, Kev was already hot. He was already on his way. It's just that when that video went viral, it took him, like, he skyrocketed. He took off like crazy. You know what I mean? But before that video went viral, Kev was already on his way. He was going to be big regardless. Anybody who remember, anybody who was paying attention to him, hey, his show was cold. Like, even before, look at me dropping my fork and shit. You know what I mean? Gotta keep my fork so I can eat this roast. But Kev was on his way. He was going to be big regardless. Because the way that he set his show up and did his show and ran his show was genius. It was genius. And it was undeniable. You know what I mean? Like, he was going to take off regardless. He just ended up taking off quicker than most people, like damn near overnight, but he was going to take off regardless. And that was already in motion when the Feint and the Pretender made that video about Kev. Kev was already in motion. Because by that time, Kev had already revamped his channel, where he was doing the show at 10 o'clock every night. By the time the Feint and the Pretender made that video, Kev had already made that transition. But before he made that transition, his channel was like, you know, like average. When he was just doing image consulting and, you know, advising people on what cologne to wear and how to dress and how to style themselves, how to buy a suit, you know what I mean? How to tie a tie, how to put a suit together. You know, when Kev was doing that, his channel wasn't, it was growing gradually, like on some average shit. Like how average YouTuber grow, that's how Kev was growing. But when he revamped his whole shit, he was in motion. Anybody that was paying attention could see, like, this boy gonna be big. And he ended up being big as fuck. So there was never a point in time where the Feint and the Pretender was bigger than Kevin Samuels. Never. Again, because he speaks so good, he speaks so well, he articulates himself and communicates himself well, he thinks that people will believe him when he says, oh yeah, when I first became aware of Kevin Samuels, I was more famous than him and I had more subscribers than him. He thinks because he's eloquent that people gonna just take his word for it and believe it. That's bogus. And that's the cold part about it. All of these lies that he tells, they're so easy to prove wrong. It's so easy to prove his lies wrong. He don't even know how to lie in a certain type of way where it's hard to prove. You know what I mean? Another lie that he told about Fresh and Fit was that he was their first big guest. Well, that's a lie. Anybody who know anything, I'm not even a big Fresh and Fit fan or a big Fresh and Fit watcher. I respect what they do. I have no problem with them, but I'm just not a big fan of theirs, right? So I don't know all the details about their shit. But one thing I do know is that they started to take off when Kevin Samuels was a guest on their show. That's when they start gaining traction. When Kevin Samuels got on their show. And Kevin Samuels was on their show before The Faint and the Pretender. So that's another lie that he told. I was the first big guest that they had. They had 13,000 subscribers at the time. Another lie. I don't know exactly how many subs they had at that time, but I know they had well over 13,000 by the time he got there, because after Kev went on their show, they start taking off. Everybody was talking about them. Their subs, their channel was growing. Their views was growing. Their whole channel was just, again, somebody else who was in motion. But you see how he tried to take credibility for people. Like he has something to do. Like he has something to do with Kev's growth. He tried to make it seem like he had something to do with Kev's growth when you didn't. You were a nobody. When you spoke on Kev, didn't nobody even know who you was. You was just a goofball that didn't know how to dress. And tried to pretend like you know how to dress when anybody who know how to dress could look at your goofy ass and see that you don't know how to dress. And see, again, I can keep it real. When he was on No Jumper, and you look at the way he dressed on there, you can see the boy that came a long way. You know what I mean? Shout out to The Faint and the Pretender for coming a long way with his fashion. He came a long way. Shout out to The Faint and the Pretender. You know what I mean? And this roast tastes so much better because he came so far with his fashion, man. Shout out to him, man, for making this roast so good. Because if he didn't come this far with his fashion, this roast wouldn't probably be as tender, as sweet as it is. You know what I mean? I probably would have to put more A1 sauce on this roast if he hadn't came so far with his fashion. So I appreciate him, man. And I hope y'all appreciate him too. Like, tell the truth. Do this roast taste better because The Faint and the Pretender came so far with his fashion, or what? Am I tripping, or do the roast taste better because his fashion got better? Do it taste better? I don't know. I think it do. Y'all might not be able to tell the difference because the roast was going to be good either way. It was going to be cool either way, but the fact that he came so far with his fashion, yeah, that stepped the flavor up a little bit more. You know what I mean? So this roast, you know, shout out to his fashion. But when he was on No Jumper, I can't lie about that. He was fly. He looked good. You know what I mean? No homo. I don't want him making no passes at me. You know what I mean? And I'm not a big no homo person, but I got to clarify that. You know what I mean? I don't want The Faint and the Pretender thinking he got action at a pimp, because you don't. You know what I mean? I'm really a ladies' man for real, though. You know what I mean? I'm not pretending. You know, like, I really fuck with hoes for real. Like, real hoes. Not sluts, not promiscuous bitches, but I'm talking about hoes, though. You know what I mean? I really pimps. You dig? You know? But, yeah, he was cool on there. He came a long way with his fashion. But back to the Fresh and Fit lies that he was telling. He tried to get credibility for their growth. He said he was the first big person. He's still not even really big. But in my eyes, he's not big. But in the eyes of the YouTube world, I guess you could say that. Yeah, he big because he over 100,000 subs now. You know what I mean? You get a plaque when you get 100,000 subs. So you can say that he's big now. But he just got there. He was on Fresh and Fit damn near 3 years ago. Next month it'll be 3 years that he went on Fresh and Fit. He just now got over 100,000 subs recently. So at that time, you wasn't nowhere near big. You probably had 20-something thousand subs then. So it wasn't like you came over there and you brought a following over there. That's false. Kev, on the other hand, Fresh and Fit caught Kev at the perfect time. Fresh and Fit caught Kev right, like exactly when he was blowing up. Right when that average at best video went viral, Fresh and Fit had Kevin Samuels on their show. So they got him at the perfect time, and they piggybacked off of that, and they gained traction off of their interview with Kevin Samuels, and then in their own right, they did their thing, and they grew off of their shit. You know what I mean? But don't try to take credibility from them dudes, man. You didn't have nothing to do with their growth. Fresh and Fit was going to be big if you never was on their channel. And then again, your video ain't even one of their biggest videos. Your video is one of their smallest videos. Like if you go through Fresh and Fit's videos, man, and you go through popular videos, he probably ain't even in the top 50. For real though. If you go through all the Fresh and Fit popular videos, The Faint and the Pretender, I guarantee you he not even in the top 50. Guess who probably one of their most popular videos, if not their most popular video though? Kevin Samuels. You know what I mean? Kevin Samuels is definitely one of their most popular videos. You know, so he got something to do with their growth. But The Faint and the Pretender, man, don't try to make it seem like you had something to do with them getting big because you didn't. But like I said, this is how you know the boy is destined for failure. This is how you know the boy wasn't meant to be successful at whatever it is that he wants to do. He should have just stayed a nerd and, you know, he said he studied political science. He should have went to that field, man, and did something with that, because all this other shit that he trying to do, it ain't it. You know, but let's look at, okay, because like we just mentioned, Fresh and Fit got a major alley-oop from Kevin Samuels. When Kevin Samuels got on a platform, that was a major assist, and they took it and ran with it, right? Kevin Samuels, when that average at best video went viral, that was a major assist from WorldStar. WorldStar threw Kev a cold alley-oop, and he slam dunked it with no problem. Right? You know, there's so many examples of somebody having a viral moment and then they take it and run with it. There's so many examples of somebody getting a cold alley-oop and then they take it and run with it. Let's look at all the alley-oops the Faint and the Pretender done had. Let's see. He had an issue with Kevin Samuels on all over the internet. Kev acknowledged him, took a video with him, and he still didn't get big off of that. You went on Fresh and Fit. You still didn't get big off of that. Academics acknowledged your goofy ass. I don't even know why Ac acknowledged you. If I was Academics, I never even would have acknowledged your existence. But Academics acknowledged you. He acknowledged the Faint and Pretender. And right after Academics acknowledged him, he went live, and I don't even think he had 500 people in there. I don't even think, I'm sure he didn't have 1,000 people watching him. Academics just talked about you. And right after that, you go live, and you don't even have 500 people watching you? So that's another alley-oop that he had that he blew. And then here it is now. He was on No Jumper yesterday. Yesterday, he was on No Jumper. He should be hot right now. You were on a platform that is reaching this within reach of 5 million subs. No Jumper is this close. You might as well say they got 5 million subs. You was on a 5 million sub platform yesterday, and you go live today, and you ain't even got 400 people watching you? The little guy with 33,000 subs, 1/3 of the subs that you got more viewers than you. And you was on No Jumper yesterday. Not last week. Not a month ago. Not 90 days ago. You was on No Jumper yesterday, man. If that ain't an alley-oop, I don't know what is. You supposed to be on fire right now. Your channel supposed to be booming right now. Your views are supposed to be booming right now. Your subs are supposed to be booming right now. And I looked yesterday after I watched the interview, and when I watched the interview, I think it had only been up probably for like 3 hours. Well, I didn't, because the interview almost 2 hours long. But when I first started watching, I didn't finish the interview till this morning. But when it first got sent to me and I first watched it, I think it had been up maybe 3 hours. I might be wrong, but I want to say 3 hours, right? And at that time, he had 106,000 subs. He still got 106,000 subs right now. You just went on No Jumper yesterday, and you couldn't even get at least 1,000 subs? Your shit didn't even jump 1,000? Like, damn. And then the video, what I say that shit was at? He still live. It got about the same amount of people watching as me. Okay. In a day's time, his No Jumper interview got 35,000 views, right? And they got damn near 5 million people. That means you got less than 1% of No Jumper's audience to watch your shit. If you this hot dude that's helping Kevin Samuels blow up, you helping Fresh and Fit blow up, when you gonna help yourself blow up, man? And you know who helped you blow up? Over 100,000 subs? Sinful. That's his biggest video right now. Is a short that he did lying about Sinful. If you go on the Faint and Pretenders channel, his biggest video on his channel is a video that went viral where he was lying on Sinful. Where that shit at? Hold on. Man, let's look at how much of a nerd this nigga is, man.
How can I be homophobic? My bitch is rich. How can I be homophobic? My money is big.
Hey, man, this nigga weird as a motherfucker, man. This is not no damn pimp. Weird. I'm trying to find the video. Oh, here. Wait, no, that's not the one. Okay. Y'all see that? That video right there. Damn. I can't get the focus right, but he got a short that he did on Sinful. They got 3.9 million views. That's his biggest video on his channel. Talking about Sinful and lying on Sinful.
You realize this young man had sex with a 13-year-old girl. You realize that?
She was 14.
No, you fool. She was 14 at the age he caught the case. Let me help you out with a little mathematics. She had the baby when she was 14. How many months is pregnancy, genius? She had the baby when she was...
Lies. Again. Sinful met this girl April of 08. If she's born in July of 93, April of 08, she's 14 when Sinful met her. So if she was to get pregnant in April she can't have a baby at 14. She would have had to been 15 when she had the baby. Genius. But see, shout out to dude who was on his platform, corrected him. She was 14. See, he know the facts. He ain't got to lie.
14. When she was 13, that's when she was having intercourse with a grown-ass man.
He didn't know. And people make mistakes.
Wow, you's a weird ass nigga. I like that. Look, let me tell you how I know you's a chocolate ass nigga. Leave your dirty ass line up on your beard. You ain't have no motherfucking decency when you woke up this morning just to line your shit up just to get your day started. You's a raggedy nigga. And I know if you fuck around and take that do-rag off, it's about to be living hell in here in terms of you getting roasted. You's a dirtball nigga. Hey, bro, why don't you go ahead?
Hey, man. And see, I don't know if like people ain't never seen nobody get roasted before. But like, man, who said this dude know how to roast? Who said this dude was funny? Because he be going around like he was on No Jumper, and Flacco was saying that he was like, what was the word he used? I think annihilate or somebody or something like that. But like, who said this dude is funny? See, again, I can keep it real. When a motherfucker got something good going on, I can keep it real. Who said this dude was, when did he ever say anything that was funny? See, people talk about me all the time. And if somebody says something about me that's funny, even if it ain't true, even if it's a lie, if it's funny, I can laugh. If they say something that's funny, I can laugh. Right? But this dude ain't even funny. Like, where did they get that he was funny at? I don't understand it. When did he become funny? You know what I mean? But that's his biggest video. His biggest video is from somebody who has a smaller platform than him. Sinful to P. And Sinful is who took him past 100,000 subs. Right? Sinful took him past 100,000 subs. The alley-oop that he got from Academics didn't take him past 100,000 subs. The alley-oop that he got from Kevin Samuels didn't take him past 100,000 subs. Another alley-oop that he had was from O'Shea Duke Jackson. I ain't even get into that, but we'll get into that in a second. But that didn't get him past 100,000 subs. Fresh and Fit didn't get him past 100,000 subs. And he just got on No Jumper right after he passes 100,000 subs, and that ain't doing nothing for him neither. How is it that the biggest alley-oop that you got is from the pimpin' whose platform is smaller than yours and who you lied on? So it's safe to say that the pimpin' gave you your biggest alley-oop, and then it took for you to lie on the pimpin' in order for that to happen. You had to lie. So your growth is based on a lie. I got to watch this roast down, man. Hey, listen. It's 396 of y'all in here, but only 339 of y'all done wiped your feet off at the door. Hey, man, when you step into a pimp's domain, do me a favor, wipe your feet off at the door. What I mean by that, hit that like button when you come up in here, man. If you haven't done so, go back, hit that like button right now one time. Please and thank you. This roast been so good, man. I got to wash this shit down. I got to put some love in my body. Hey, I ain't got no Fiji right now, man. Don't get on my helmet about it. Love is love, you dig? I still got the alkaline on deck. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Cheers to this good roast. Yeah, man. This is refreshing right here. But yeah. The bottom line, this dude is a cornball. And I don't even know him to have any like personal issues with him. I really didn't even want to acknowledge him. But I just don't like when people lie, especially on somebody that I fucks with, like my brother Sinful to P. I just didn't like how he was lying on my bro like that. Lied on him ridiculously. And I didn't like how he lied on Kevin Samuels. You know what I mean? Because I got love for Kevin Samuels as well. And I don't like how he lied on Kev. I don't like how he lied on himself. And I don't like how he lied on Sinful to P. So I had to address that, man. You know what I mean? Can't be lying on the pimping. And I don't like how he misrepresents the game. He misrepresents the ism. Like, you not even no pimp. You can't even send a bitch to the refrigerator or to the kitchen to make you a sandwich, let alone send a hoe to go get some dough. You've never done that. Stop lying. You ain't never pimped a day in your life. Stop telling people that. Did you forget that video I just showed of you? Let's go back to that video, man. Did you forget that a 6'4" gay black dude introduced you to the game? You forgot that, didn't you? He probably gonna fuck around, go take that video down after this. But he forgot that a 6'4" gay black dude introduced him to the game.
It was 2007. I was just moving into a co-op at the University of California, Berkeley. There was only one other black guy in the whole building. Maybe like a month in, I get a knock on my door at 10 p.m. Open the door. Guess who it is? 6'4", gay black guy. I'm like, "Fuck, kids, are you doing here?" And he has a book in his hand. So,
you know what he was doing there? Talking about what is he doing here? Seriously, man. You don't even lie good. And this is the oldest video on his channel. I don't know if it's the first video on his channel, but this is the oldest video on his channel, man. This is as far back in his YouTube history as you can go. And this is from November 2017. So you got introduced to the game. You got a 6'4" gay black dude at your door at 10 p.m. And you asking what is it about? You know what it's about. That's your partner. Y'all was already cool. You already made him feel comfortable coming to your door at that time. That's why he did it. You know what I mean?
I get a knock on my door at 10 p.m. Open the door. Guess who it is? 6'4", gay black guy. I'm like, "Fuck, kids, are you doing here?" And he has a book in his hand. It's a silver book, pink title. Hands it to me. Says, "You need to read this." Look at the book. It's called Pimp, Story of My Life by Iceberg Slim. I'm thinking, what is a graduate student, an academic, doing with a book called Pimp by someone named Iceberg Slim, which it's not even a real name. And of all things, it was a game.
See, only nerds point out things like that. Iceberg Slim, it's not even a real name. You's a nerd, man. Like, just stay the nerd that you are, man. Yeah, you're a little bit more popular of a nerd now, but you still a nerd, man. Hey, and guess what? It's okay to be a nerd, man. We in 2022, about to be 2023, man. Hey, now is the time to be accepted for who you are and what you are like never before. Everything is acceptable now. It is cool to be a nerd now. I know when you was a kid, you was getting bullied for your lunch money and you was being forced to tutor for the bullies and shit like that. You was doing their homework and all that. But hey, man, them days is over with, man. Nerds ain't getting bullied no more like that. It's cool to be a nerd. You can still have your way with the ladies and be a nerd at the same time. You a nerd, man. Only nerds point out shit like that. Iceberg Slim, that's not even a real name. Like, Hey, man, you a nerd, man. Stay the nerd that you is, man. Stop trying to pretend like you just pimping, especially when this is your introduction to the game.
As a graduate student and academic doing with a book called Pimp by someone named Iceberg Slim, which is it's not even a real name.
It's not even a real name.
And of all things, a gay guy giving me a book called Pimp. Seems to add up.
Right.
Then he told me, he said, as a black man, there's a lot of maneuvering you're going to have to do in life. And this book, more than any book, taught me how to maneuver. So I just finished it. I want you to check it out.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Here it is. You have a 6'4" gay black dude talking with you about maneuvering and shit, man. And he's a 6'4" gay black dude maneuvering as a gay black dude. You know what I mean? Who's giving a book to another gay black dude, you know what I mean? Showing another gay black dude how to maneuver off this game, man. You know what I mean? Like, I pay attention, man. You got to get better at lying. If you're gonna stick with this lying shit, which I'm sure you are, you're not finna give up the lies. You're gonna keep lying. You're probably gonna lie on me now. This is my first time ever acknowledging you. So you probably gonna acknowledge me after this. If you don't, hey, that's cool. I don't want no acknowledgement from you. I just had to address this shit and give clarity for the people, because you got some people that don't know no better that might believe the bullshit that you were saying on No Jumper. But it's a bunch of bullshit. But hey man, you should have left it at maneuvering. The gay black dude showed yo gay black ass how to maneuver, man. Off the game. It's cool. You know what I mean? It's all kind of people that apply game from the game. It's all kind of squares that apply game from the game. It's all kind of people outside the game that apply game from the game. That's fine. I'm pretty sure it's a whole bunch of other gay people that we don't know about that apply game from the game. That is fine. You know what I mean? And if that's who you are and what you are, then let it be that, man. But don't try to pretend to be this pimping when your introduction to the game is a gay black dude trying to show your gay black ass how to maneuver, man, through life off this game. Nah, ain't no pimping ever in existence. Dead or alive, no pimp that has ever existed got introduced to the game like that, man. It ain't never happened, man. Never. It has never happened. And it's never going to happen. You know what I mean? That's a figment of your imagination, and that's as far as it goes. It don't go past your imagination, man. Cut it out with the lies, though. That's what I want you to do. If you don't do nothing else for me, man, hey, cut it out with the lies. I just want you to stop lying on this game. Stop lying on the pimping. Stop lying on Sinful to P. Stop lying on Kevin Samuels. Stop lying on O'Shea Duke Jackson. You know what I mean? Even though I don't know Fresh and Fit, stop lying on them. I don't know if you done lied on academics or not. I didn't really get all into that whole story. But just knowing you probably telling lies on academics too. Stop lying on academics. You know what I mean? Even though I don't know what you lied about, but you tell so many lies. I know you done told some lies on act, man. Stop lying on act too. You know what I mean? Just stop lying on everybody. Stop lying on your mama. Stop lying on your grandma. Stop lying on your dad. Stop lying on yourself, man. Just be who you is. You's a nerd. You's a gay black man learning how to maneuver through life. They got laced by another gay black man. It's cool, man. Just be that, man. That's all right. Ain't nobody gonna look down upon you. You just a gay black man trying to maneuver through life, man. Off the game. It's cool, man. It's all right. People still gonna watch your videos if you come out and let it be known. People still gonna tune into you, man. Matter of fact, that's the alley-oop that you need, man. If you just finally come out the closet and say, hey, man, you know what? I'm just a gay black dude trying to maneuver through life, man. Shout out to the pimping, man. Because, hey, man, the pimping showed my gay black ass how to maneuver through life, man. Hey, your shit gonna skyrocket. Because they're gonna be like, damn, the Saint the Sinner finally keeping it real. He finally keeping it real. Damn. You know what I mean? Because what you not keeping in mind is other gay black dudes trying to maneuver through life, and you know, they ain't figured it out yet. But if you show them that you done figured it out, they gonna figure it out. Hey, I ain't got no problem with, a gay black dude trying to maneuver through life off the game that I got. Hey, at the end of the day, it's still a black man. And I got love for all my black people, man, gay or not. So if you learn how to maneuver off some shit that I said or did, hey, it's all good. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say, oh no, I don't want gay people to maneuver off my game. Nah, man. If you black, man, I want you to maneuver to the best of your ability off my game, man. It's cool. You know what I mean? So saint and sinner, man. Hey, you just a gay black dude trying to maneuver through life, man. It's cool. Off this game. Off Sinful the P, man. Sinful the P is showing your gay ass how to maneuver through life. Iceberg Slim showing your gay ass how to maneuver through life. Andre Taylor, man, he's showing your gay ass how to maneuver through life. It's cool. It is all right, man. I'ma still root for you. Even though you corny as hell, even though you's a terrible liar, hey, because you a black man, gay or not, I'm still gonna root for you. I still want you to be successful. I just want you to be successful in truth. I don't want you to be successful in lies. I want you to be successful in honesty. You know what I mean? That's what I want you to be successful based on. So just keep it 100, man. Be yourself. You's a gay black dude trying to maneuver through life. You's a Berkeley graduate that's a nerd at the same time. And hey, man, you might have got bullied for your lunch money as a kid. Them Bloods was probably chasing you home from school in Pasadena and shit. Hey, that's over with, though. That's the past. You know what? That made you stronger. You know? You getting turned upside down and shook your pockets, rabbit ears and shit, and motherfuckers shaking you down for your money and shit, your lunch money, your arcade money. Hey, it's cool, man. If you was getting bullied, that don't make you who you are. That made you stronger. The fact that you got bullied as a kid, you weren't committing crimes with your homeboys. Don't tell that lie no more. You weren't committing crimes with no kids as a kid. Don't lie like that no more. Don't do that. We don't believe you. We want to know the truth. Talk about how you was getting bullied, man. Hey, man, I know a bully victim when I see one. You know what I mean? I was once a child, and I ain't never been bullied. I can't even sit here and lie. Well, yeah, I done did a little bit of bullying, a little bit. I wasn't a bully, but there are instances when I've done some bullying. I can keep it real about that. But I never got bullied as a kid, and I wasn't a bully. I was just a kid who did some bullying in certain instances. But I never got bullied, right? But I was a kid before, and I done seen plenty of kids get bullied when I was a kid. So I know kids who grow up and pretend like they didn't get bullied when I see them. That's you. You was just a little gay black dude trying to maneuver through your childhood, man. But you just didn't get introduced to the Iceberg Slim book until your friend at Berkeley, who came to your door at 10 o'clock at night, the 6'4" gay black dude, you got introduced a little bit late. It probably would have helped you out if you got that book when you was in school. You probably would have maneuvered a little bit better through your childhood. But hey, man, it happens, man. Hey, you know, it is what it is, man. You ain't got to lie and try to make yourself look like you was a gangster kid. We know you wasn't no gangster kid. We know you're not gangster now. It's all right, man. It's all right. Look in the mirror, man. Faint the pretender. I want you to look in the mirror, man. Tell yourself it's going to be all right. I want you to tell yourself it is all right now, man. Right now. It's cool. Ain't nobody looking. You know what I mean? If your lover is in the room, man, you know, leave him in the room and you go in the bathroom, man. Look in the mirror, man, and tell yourself, even if you got to whisper to yourself, it's all right. The truth is all right. Tell yourself, man, the truth is all right. You just a gay black dude trying to maneuver through life. That's all right. Because guess what? Feign the pretender. As gay as you might be, as much of a liar as you might be, as corny as you might be, as lame as you might be, because you a black man, if don't nobody else root for you, guess what? Freeze right here in your corner, man, rooting for your lame ass. I still want you to win. I still want you to be successful, man. On some black love shit, you know what I mean? I still want to see you win with your lame, corny, lying, closet gay ass. I still want you to win, man. You know? I still want you to win. But you're going to have to be honest with yourself if you want to. Because, see, you doing cool. You know, I don't know all your YouTube business. I don't know all your personal business or none of that. But you got something going on with YouTube. You're doing all right on YouTube, so you're doing cool, man. But you just can't pass that threshold because you ain't authentic and you don't see it. You don't see that there's a threshold that you're supposed to cross, but you can't cross it because you ain't being true to yourself. Look at that, man. If that don't tell you something, you just was on No Jumper, and that didn't help you none. You got acknowledged by Kevin Samuels, acknowledged by DJ Academics, you've been on Fresh and Fit, acknowledged by O'Shea Duke Jackson. You've been acknowledged by all of these big YouTubers. And you've collaborated with some of them. And you still ain't took off. Like anybody else would have the talent, have the charisma. If they would have had them alley-oops, they'd have been took off. I'm telling you, man, you got to be yourself. See, I got some game and some advice, even for a motherfucker who I don't really like. Because I don't really like you. I don't know you to not like you, but I don't like what you do. I don't like the way you be lying on people, man. I don't like how you be lying on people. And I don't like how you be lying on yourself. And I don't like how you insult the intelligence of your own audience. You think your followers is stupid. You think people that subscribe to you and watch you is stupid. You be saying shit about your subscribers and your followers like, oh, well, you know, I know people don't read. You know what I mean? So I made my book in a way that people who don't read can read it. So you saying that, you know, you had to dumb down your material for your audience. Like they're not smart enough. Or they're not inclined enough. Or like they're so lazy. You talk bad about your own people. About your own audience. You don't think shit of your own subscribers. Your own following. You think they stupid. That's crazy. These is people that's dedicated to you, man. These is the people that if you got some merch, they're going to be the first ones to buy it. And support it, promote it, all that. These is the people that, you know what I mean, whatever you do, if you pop up somewhere, they going to pull up. If you got an event going on, they pulling up, man. These is your people. Why you talk about them like they stupid? Like, for real. These people that's dedicated to you, man. Don't be talking about your subscribers like they stupid. Don't be talking about your supporters like they dumb. That's crazy, man. You got to think more of your people. And if you think they dumb, then you got to be just as dumb as them. Because they following your dumb ass. So what that say about you? What type of value are you adding to your people? See, what you don't understand, man, you know, you try to pretend like you this great dude, and I know you want to be this great dude, man, so let me tell you something about great people. You know what I mean? Great people show their greatness in how they treat people who can't do anything for them. Right? You know, and another way that great people show their greatness is by adding value to people who are influenced by them. You got people that's influenced by you. You got to follow them, man. Hey, add value to them people. Add value to your people, man. That's what you could do. Hey, man, we 8 people away from 400 likes, man. Do a pimp a favor, man. Wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. What I mean by that, hit that like button, man. Yeah, wipe your feet off at the door. get them likes past 400. You dig? Ah, man, this roast been good, man. I don't know about y'all, but hey, this roast it been so tender to me, man. This roast go down so good. You know what I mean? I didn't even really have to use the knife too much because, you know, this roast been so tender, it kind of like fall off the fork when you stick your fork in it and try to lift it up. The roast it's so tender, it just fall right off the fork. It fall right off the bone. You know what I mean? You ever had a roast so tender it just fall off? Man, it's just tender, man. Shout out to the Fate and the Pretender for being so tender. Oh, man. Gotta put some more love in my body, man. See, this is what you do, man. When you got people that support you, you got people that show you love, and you do something to add value to them, man. Even if it's something as small as, you know, encouraging people to put love in their body. Hey, man, put love in your body. This one thing alone is going to make you better. It's going to make you healthier. You know what I mean? Encourage your people to do good, man. Add value to your people. But yeah, you know, to recap, this boy told lies on Sinful, man. And that's the main thing that really made me want to address this dude. He done did a whole bunch of lame, corny ass shit throughout his time on YouTube. And, you know, I wasn't feeling when he was lying on O'Shea too. You know what I mean? Because he lied on O'Shea Duke Jackson as well. You know what I mean? Did some corny ass shit that I don't even want to, you know, because O'Shea probably don't even want that mentioned on the internet. But hey, man, the boy lame as a motherfucker, man. You know, but lied on Sinful, lied on O'Shea, lied on Fresh and Fit, lied on Kevin Samuels. You know what I mean? Got acknowledged by all of these people. Went on No Jumper. Got acknowledged by academics and still ain't took off. You still growing at the average pace of the average YouTuber. You know, I don't even really go hard like I probably should. You know what I mean? And I'm probably growing just as fast as you. And hey, I done collabed with Kev before, Kevin Samuels, but that was before he took off. So that don't really count. But I ain't never been acknowledged by academics. I ain't been on Fresh and Fit. Even Sinful. You know what I mean? Sinful to collab with Kevin Samuels too, but that shit don't count because it was before Kev took off. But Sin ain't never, you know, had no big internet thing between him and Kevin Samuels. He has collaborated with O'Shea, and I'm sure that's helped. But Sinful has built himself in his own right. He ain't never been on Fresh and Fit. He ain't never been acknowledged by academics. He ain't never been on No Jumper. You know what I mean? But hey, people still love Sinful's content because he's a charismatic dude. He adds value to his following. And, you know, he's just a genuine guy. That ain't got to lie about his past. And, you know, for the record, just so people understand, because, you know, that's the Faint and the Pretender. That's another lie that he told, is that Sinful is a pedophile. This is a lie that the Faint and Pretender told, right? But, okay, for somebody to be a pedophile, right? That's something that's done often, right? That's not a one-time thing. You can't do something one time and you a pedophile. If you're a pedophile, the things that make you a pedophile, that's something that you do on a regular basis. Or you do it continuously, right? And you do it consciously. Somebody who's a pedophile, they prey on children consciously. Right? And in Sinful's case, he was unaware of what he was getting himself involved in. In his mind, he was dealing with an adult. That's not a pedophile. To his understanding, he was involved with an adult. But as a man, he was man enough to acknowledge that he was still at fault for not knowing that the person that he thought was an adult was not an adult. He acknowledged where he was wrong. He took accountability for that. And guess what? Just like it never happened before that situation, it has never happened after that situation. So it's safe to say that it's never going to happen again. But there's never been a time where Sinful has consciously dealt with somebody who wasn't an adult. There's never been a time where he was aware of the fact that he was dealing with somebody that wasn't an adult. That's not a pedophile. But again, if Sinful is this despicable person who you trying to paint him to be, why do you have to lie? Because you know you lying. You know you lying. Why you gotta lie? If what you saying is true, if he's this bad guy that you trying to make him out to be, why is it necessary for you to lie? If somebody is really bad, then you don't have to lie. All you gotta do is lay the facts out and let people decide for themselves. Don't lay the lies out, lay the facts out. Lay the facts out and let people decide for themselves. Seriously. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just had to get clarity on that too, because that was another lie that he told, that Sinful was a pedophile, when we know that that's not true. You know what I mean? Because there's no kids. I mean, you yourself, the faint and pretender, you got clout off of Sinful. The biggest video on your platform is you lying about Sinful. So you got clout off Sinful. So you know what it's like to use Sinful's name to get clout. And you're not the only person who done got clout off Sinful's name, right? So with clout being such a big thing and Sinful being a source of clout for so many people, how come ain't been no bitches come out and be like, yeah, I chose up with Sinful when I was this age. I chose up with Sinful when I was that age. I chose up with Sinful when I was 16. I chose up with Sinful when I was 17. I chose up with Sinful when I was 15. I chose up with Sinful when I was 13. Where are these people that would make him a pedophile? Where are these people? Where they at? Because bitches love clout. Bitches can't resist clout. Where are these people at? Because for somebody to be a pedophile, got to be more than one case. Surely there's more than one case. Where are these people at? Go find them. I just want you to prove anything that you're saying. Prove that Sinful was with a 13-year-old. Prove that Sinful was in his late 20s. Prove that Sinful was a pedophile. Prove it. You said you went and looked it up and confirmed it. Show your people. Your people that you saying this shit to, show them. Prove it. Shouldn't be that hard. See, that's what a man gonna do, man. A man gonna speak in truth. Man ain't gotta lie about the truth. Man ain't gotta try to manipulate the facts, man. That's some coward shit. That's some punk shit. You know what I mean? Anybody can get on the internet and get on YouTube and get on these platforms and say anything out their mouth. But it take a man to operate in truth. When you know what the truth is and you deliberately operate outside of that truth, that's what you call a coward, man. You's a coward. And that's just dealing with sinful, but you told so many lies throughout that interview, man. You's a coward. You can't call that nothing else. Because if you was really a man, you wouldn't be so afraid of the truth. You be doing the Barry Sanders when it comes to the truth trying to grab your ass and hug you. But you stiff-arming the truth. You doing the Barry Sanders on the truth. You dodging that shit. You dodging the truth like some of these funky-ass bitches dodge soap and water. You know what I mean? You dodging the truth like it's COVID, like it's the bubonic plague or something. You evading the truth like a motherfucker. Like, what you got against the truth, man? What the truth do to you? You probably got picked on for certain truths about your childhood. I know you was a nerd as a kid. I know you was getting picked on as a kid. I know bully victims when I see them, man. But it's okay. You's a grown man. Accept the truth. Be the truth. You know what I mean? For real, though. But like I said, man, lied on Sinful. I had to give clarity on that. Lied on Fresh and Fit. I had to give clarity on that. Lied on Kevin Samuels. I had to give clarity on that. Lied on O'Shea Duke Jackson. And did some punk coward shit with him that I ain't even gonna get into. But I had to touch on that too. You know what I mean? But shout out to all the real people, man. Hopefully somebody to learn from this situation that, hey, it ain't cool to lie, man. And some of us out there are smart enough to recognize your lies. And it's a lot of people that don't have platforms, that don't even, speak on the internet in front of lots of people, that have discernment, that recognize you as a liar, the feint and the pretender. There are people that follow you that are not as stupid as you think they are, that know when you lying. But some people got so much love for you because they your fans, man, so they ain't gonna call you out on this shit, man. But, hey, man, these people that watch you all the time, man, you don't think they know when you lying? I just got this game in me and I got discernment, so I know when a total stranger that I don't know nothing about is lying. About some shit that I can't even confirm. I just know when a motherfucker lying. I was just blessed with that. And I'm not the only one. You got followers, man, that's not as stupid as you try to make them out to be and you think that they are. Didn't know when you lying, man, just like I do. I ain't the smartest motherfucker in the world, and I ain't the only one that's smart enough to recognize when you lying. Because you terrible at it. I know some bitches that's way better at lying than you. And I could spot a bitch lying in a heartbeat. I could be blindfolded and earplugs in and know when a bitch lying. But I know some bitches, I know some hoes that's way better at lying than you. And I'm not even no liar. But if that was my thing, I would be way better at lying than you. But I'm not even no liar. You know what I mean? I'm not even into that. It don't do nothing for me. Because I'm not ashamed about the truth with anything to do with myself. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit I done been involved in that I ain't proud of. Hey, it is what it is. It's all good. But the bottom line is, man, hopefully somebody done learned a lesson from this, man. And, one of the main lessons that I want y'all to learn is that no matter how articulate somebody may be, no matter how good somebody may be at a liar is a liar. A liar is a liar. Don't be fooled by a liar. You dig? No matter how eloquent they might be, no matter how good they might make shit look, hey, a liar is a liar, man. Don't be fooled. You dig? Let that marinate on your mind one time. Hey, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed the roast as much as I did. You know what I mean? These utensils served me well with the roast. You know what I mean? My napkin. You know what I mean? Made sure I didn't get no sucker blood on my clothes and shit. You know what I mean? I didn't get no faint pretender blood on my shirt. I didn't get no sucker juice on my garments. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank you for this napkin. And of course the love. And if you haven't wiped your feet off at the door before you came in here, make sure you wipe your feet off at the door before you leave here. You know what I mean? Hit that like button on your way out. Yeah, man. Y'all already know, man, we're going to do this again in the very near future, man. Freeze is it. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with a pimp and listening to the clarity the pimp had to give. If you out in traffic moving around, please do so in a safe fashion and keep some love in your body. You dig? Stay blessed. I'll holler.